The two most important questions to ask yourself today and every day are, what am I feeling? Where am I feeling it? And I'll tell you why. I'm Lisa from Lisa's Sanctuary. I have a personal and professional mission to heal the individuals, empower and support families, and create safer communities. And to do that, I believe we need to develop our emotional intelligence. The thing for survivors of any type of childhood abuse or trauma, anytime you didn't feel like you were seen, heard, or loved, or supported, we learn to shut down our own emotions and our own feelings. Sometimes as we grow up and in adult relationships, we learn to suppress our own needs and wants because we're trying to please somebody else, or we're trying to meet their needs. We want to keep them happy. We want to keep the peace. And so if you've experienced distress throughout your past, you may find that you have kind of disconnected your body from those emotions. You don't really feel them. You may feel numb. You may disassociate. You may have absolutely no idea what you're feeling, when you're feeling it, and just feel like you go from 0 to 100 in a matter of seconds. So what am I feeling it? What am I feeling? That's to try and get you to identify what emotion are you feeling at any given moment. So if something happens and you find yourself reacting in frustration, in anger, in fear, if you keep saying sorry, if you're doing any of those things that sort of come along with fight or flight activation, that fight, flight, freeze, then you may not know what it is you're feeling, and it's important to. Am I feeling frustrated? Am I feeling angry? Am I feeling scared? Am I feeling embarrassed? Do I feel rejected, abandoned? Do I feel like you don't love me? What do I feel? What am I feeling? Start to name those feelings, put a label on the emotions that you are feeling, because you're allowed to feel them. You're allowed to feel whatever comes up, but I want you to be able to identify what emotion you're feeling. The next question is, where am I feeling it? And this is also to reconnect you with your body so that you can start to feel where those sensations are and start to really identify where you feel those sorts of heavy emotions, the fear, the anger, the sadness, the trauma. Where do you feel it in your body? Now, typically you'll feel it between your gut, your chest, or throat, head. You feel it in sort of this central, sort of from here, top part. That's sort of our survival emotions. That's where you are most likely going to feel your guilt, your shame, your rejection, your abandonment, those sorts of feelings. What am I feeling? Where am I feeling it? And start to reconnect your body with what you are feeling. Name what you're feeling, because you're allowed to feel that way. You're allowed to feel like that. But what we want to do is work out what's underneath that feeling. What does that feeling remind you of? What does this time, what is it triggering? And then start to really reconnect your body together, sort of shorten that disconnect, close that disconnect, and give yourself permission to feel it. Give yourself permission to feel it. The amazing thing about feelings is, if you feel something right now, and it can be anger, shame, embarrassment, anything like that, your body and mind release a rush of chemicals, which could be anything from adrenaline to cortisol to, the happy emotions like dopamine, or, rewards and happiness like dopamine, serotonin. But your body releases chemicals. Now, it takes your body 90 seconds for the chemicals to flood into your body and then process out and clear out. 90 seconds. That is how long it takes physically for the chemicals to be released and then processed through your body. If you're still feeling that emotion after 90 seconds, You're no longer just having a physical reaction, you're having an emotional reaction. And the trick is to figure out where it comes from. What does that remind you of? What time in your life does it remind you of? What age does it remind you of? And then you can work from there. But check in with yourself every day, multiple times a day. And especially when you're feeling a big emotion, a strong emotion, and even the good ones. Identify happiness too. I'm feeling happy. I'm feeling energetic. This feels fun. Identify all the emotions, all the feelings that you have, to reconnect your body back together, to be able to label it, to be able to identify it, to really understand what it is you're feeling and why. It is absolutely a key point along your healing journey. What am I feeling? Where am I feeling it? If you want to find out more about what I do, you can search Lisa Sanctuary on the internet or across Facebook, Instagram, and videos on YouTube. But I want you to really think about, how you feel, what you're feeling, where it comes from. That's how you start unpacking that trauma. It doesn't have to be scary, but it is your responsibility to do. So share this if you want to, like, subscribe, follow me, whatever works for you. Have a great day. You are significant because you are, and I love you because you exist.